Hi everybody, it's me, Lindsay. Alright, I gotta tell you guys about Scorpion last night. If you guys haven't seen it, I will have the link from last night's episode down in the description below, because I promise you guys, yes, it is new. I will talk to you guys we'll talk about Scorpion, and then we'll talk about, what's going on tonight. Alright, so, last night's episode of Scorpion was really crazy, and these are spoilers ahead. And if you guys haven't, now before you guys, anybody who continues on watching me, please go, and if you guys haven't seen it, please go click down below, because I will have the official link of the episode from CBS. Okay. So this is where alright. So what happened was, and these are spoilers, the whole entire episode was about Happy, who ended up meeting a teenager girl, online. She thought, she's gonna go right to the house. Turns out there was a storm, electricity falling into the house. Happy finds out that this teenager girl is not just an ordinary teenager girl and not even smart yet. She is, in fact, in a bubble, and it was created by NASA. And despite that, the fire department was so ridiculous as trying to get NASA on the phone. Happy ended up trying to take over. So she ended up trying to find, so she meets the girl, she found out what was going on, and upon that she gets help. So she calls in the guys to have her to help out, and it turns out there was a lot of things happening, and despite this girl was inside a bubble because of an illness. Yeah, the reason why she's been put in there is because of an illness, as her father had told everybody, I think, or he told Paige. Yeah, actually, yeah. He told Paige, and I think it was Walter who eavesdropped, because he has some strong hearing. Yeah, I think that was Walter, I heard. So the father of the teenage girl told Paige about his daughter, and Walter overheard him saying that about this illness, and he really wanted to help, even though he was supposed to be focused on working with Happy. So it started off with Walter and Toby trying to remove debris off the bubble, but with live wires, that really ruined it. So because of this, because of that, they had to figure out another way. So they had to get a hazmat and some kind of oxygen tank, making sure it was totally sterile. Sorry for messing with my eyes, but had to make sure everything was totally sterile for her to get in, and which she did. And it was the only way to get her out of the bubble. So she did. And despite there was going to be more complications along the way to get her to a restaurant that has a meat locker, and that was a frozen room, a freezer that would help her out. Despite they also had to get it rid of bacteria and stuff. So along the way, trying to get her to that location, she actually has hives. So because of that, they had to make a detour to a honey farm, and where she was in fact where she had her hives was all over her body, including her face, and they had to get her out of that hazmat suit and into a tank of honey. Okay, it was actually a barrel of honey, which she did, and she was submerged in it while she has an oxygen tank, and surviving with it, until they got her. Till they got her to the restaurant and to the freezer that had already been covered with flammable gel, which apparently that happened, and they put her in. Anyway, the plan was to put her inside of it, and cutting off her oxygen for like at least a minute, and they lit it up, and the whole entire thing was burning, and her inside of it with the honey, and it somehow formed some kind of casing on top of her, and looking for her, because she had an earpiece, so Happy communicate with her, so she would ended up getting out of there when Happy told her, because after a minute. So once the flames were extinguished, she got out. That's when Happy told her to ask the question about that, and she got out, of that, broke out of it, and she was all covered in honey, and she was no longer having hives, and she was normal again. But despite of everything what happened, I mean, it was kind of funny, but kind of cool and crazy. But now she is she had to be there temporarily safe, and the last thing what happened, and especially how the whole entire thing happened, was that both Paige was heartbroken because of Tim Armstrong ended up expanding his contract there, and Walter let her have some space because he read it in some kind of magazine, because he doesn't want to make everybody angry at him. And that's not the only thing. It turns out, so during the whole entire episode, there was a video that was circulating out there because of what happened with Sylvester shaking the veteran's hand and then wiping his hand off, and everybody got so, and I think Patel was cheating on that, and he had forced his manager, who was staying in cave, to send it out. And I was shocked that I had found out, and she should have done things better in order to make everything a fair fight. And they actually went to find that the veteran, that old man, had served their country. He too knows that he did not like. He too also had problems and folks, because he just like people with sweaty hands. So that he understood, and he was not mad about that. But Patel went really dirty, and in order to win, and that was just totally wrong. I was like, wow. But I don't know if I don't know what happened with, I don't know what happened, but I think maybe Patel won. They didn't spoke about who won the election, I guess, even though despite Patel went that far in order to try to win by setting a video out of the time of the elections, which is kind of dirty and cheap. But when Cade found out, he had no choice but to dump her. And he hated that. So, despite both of them were sad, they had to be happy because they had to help out that teenager girl. And so they did. To make her feel happy. And as for Happy Quinn, she did what she tried to do. And also, everybody realized there were a lot of things going on with happiness and whatnot. And, in the end, everybody was good. And even though Walter had kept the promise, which I'm not sure if he will keep, but I'm pretty sure he will. Okay. So that's one thing down. Another thing. There is not going to be, I know since it's that Tuesday, hang on, I'm burping right now. And believe me, I haven't anything to eat or drink yet, and it's actually, I don't know. But I'm gonna let you guys know that, I'm just letting you guys know that there is no new episode of NCIS Bull or NCIS New Orleans, because I should have known that there was no advertisement, and because CBS is going to be airing off a repeat of NCIS tonight, and then because since CBS, ABC, NBC, I think even Fox, and some other news outlets that will be airing off, the presidential address. But I'm very kind of sad and mad about that, but it is what it is. But anyway, guys, I'm pretty sure everything will go back normal next week, okay? So until we have our shows by then, thanks for watching. Bye.